This is Eric Postable with Body Morph Pros. I'm here with Alyssa Borsellino, and we just trained back at USA Gym down in Bridgeview. Alyssa, how are you today?
I'm fantastic.
Thanks for coming out. I know there's probably better things to do on Christmas break than work out and do a training video, but we appreciate your time.
Oh, no problem.
So let's give us a little bit of a background as to who you were before competing. I know you're fairly new to the industry, so I know you have a background in some gymnastics and stuff, so I thought we'd talk a little bit about that and then talk about what got you into competing in the first place.
Well, I started out when I was actually 4. Like, I started in gymnastics classes, like the basic gymnastics classes, and I just started getting better, getting skills super fast. So then at like 6, I went on to D team. That's where you like do all your pre-skills for level 4, and then level 4, level 5, I did those. Decided it wasn't for me. It was too scary, a bunch of flips and stuff. Wasn't for it. So then I switched to cheerleading. Went to cheerleading, and I stayed there.
Cheer through high school?
Yeah, actually I made varsity my freshman year, so I was a champ.
Now, were you as tall as you are now? Were you super tall?
I was a flyer.
I assume you weren't the base.
Yeah, I was being thrown in the air. So, yeah, it was fun. So then I moved to, actually I've danced all between there. So I've danced the longest throughout cheerleading.
What discipline?
It was a lot because I did ballet, so I was on the point shoes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably one of the hardest leg workouts ever. So.
Is that where we got the legs and the butt from? Mostly it's from dancing.
Ballet, dance.
And the Italian background.
Oh yeah. Yep. I did jazz, tap, ballet, modern, contemporary. So it was, yeah, very wide.
Now, are you still dancing, or are you still doing any of that? Or?
No, I'm not. I stopped like freshman year, and then did cheerleading, and then once I stopped all of that, I did ponds actually for my high school junior year. So, and then I wanted to stay active, so to start going to the gym, and then I have a back problem, so my mom found it like a good idea to get like a trainer to help just keep muscle, yeah, for my back so it doesn't get worse. So, and then
let me guess, you were in the gym and someone said, "Hey, how come you don't compete?
Yeah.
You have a great look."
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So you competed last year, and that was your first round of shows,
Yeah.
right? So tell me a little bit about that experience. It had to be pretty exciting and nerve-wracking. Okay.
Yeah.
She's got sucked in already.
Yeah, I love being on stage, so I love competing. I've been doing it my whole entire life, so.
Okay. It's a lot different, obviously, with the food and the prepping and the cardio and all that good stuff. But you look like you're in pretty good shape year-round, so it shouldn't have been too difficult.
No, and I'm just naturally small, so like I was like in kindergarten, like looking like a preschooler. So
yeah, I was gonna say you're one of the shorter people. It's funny because I saw your pictures and I actually thought you were in one of the taller classes, and I went looking at like the C and D classes, and I'm like, where is this girl? And you were in A. I was like, holy cow! I didn't realize you were so short.
Yeah, for a short person, I actually have long legs. So.
Yeah, it's deceiving.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So we did a couple shows last year, and now we're kind of in our off season, and we're looking at doing some shows this year.
Oh yeah, of course. I want to do the April 4th one, the mid, and then another in May. I'm not sure which one yet, but
in the Midwest, you're gonna stay, like maybe the Illinois State or Rockford.
Yep.
Now tell me a little bit about your off-season training. How often are you working out, and what your splits look like? What's your cardio like? If any.
Yeah. Cardio, I do like an hour and a half throughout the week, so I usually do 30 minutes 3 times a week. I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
It adds up.
Yeah. And then.
Like, wait a minute, did I just sound like an idiot to all these people listening to this?
And then working out. Like I take 6 to 7 days because sometimes I work on the weekends, so it's hard to get there. And then Thursdays I have class all day, so it's hard to get there on some days.
Busy girl.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your nutrition.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the biggest part of it. Now, do you follow a set plan in the off season, or is it kind of like eat what you like as long as it kind of fits?
Well, in the morning I usually eat 6 eggs, and then the oats, and then one meal has to be 6 ounces of steak, and then 1 cup of rice, and then the other 2 meals I get to pick, and then protein shake.
No, you get to pick, like you go to Chipotle, or you get to pick like you have to cook something.
Cook something,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know if you had like a lot of free. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of free.
No. I mean, I eat I like wraps and stuff, so I like paninis too. They're good.
So you get those on your off-season diet?
Yeah.
People listening to this don't like you right now because they don't get that on their off-season diet. You're young. I was gonna say a pasta and rice.
I need that. Italians need that.
Bread with everything. We eat bread with everything.
Yeah.
Gravy, lots of gravy.
Oh yeah. Italian sauce. Dip that bread in there.
Exactly. So you do follow a plan then? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what are your goals as far as in the industry. I know we talked a little bit earlier about what you wanted to do.
I would like to go to like modeling career, fitness modeling. I want to still do shows too, like go to like big shows, obviously. I love competing, honestly.
Now you haven't been to any national. Did you go to juniors or anything, or
No.
So you haven't been to any national shows yet. Okay. Yeah, it's a different when you step up to that level. It's you're so young. I can't believe we were talking about that earlier. About you were born. I was like graduating high school. I feel like an old man. So let's talk a little bit about competing. Now you've done a lot of different disciplines. You dance, you did palms, you've gymnastics. Now you're competing. How different is that getting ready for the bikini contest versus some of the other things, stress-wise, and obviously now that you're in school and trying to balance all that?
Well, when I was in gymnastics, it was honestly one of the hardest workouts I have ever done. I might have been 6, but it was hard. I was a 6-year-old walking around with a 6-pack and like muscles, just because gymnastics it's just like you condition for an hour, just hardcore condition. And then I think that helped me now with the discipline of going to the gym every day, working out, eating good. And then my mom, she's on a diet too, so she eats good too. My dad doesn't. He's off on his own eating cookie, like a box of cookies.
He's Italian too, right? Yeah, so he doesn't care. He's like,
Yeah. So,
And then let's talk about, you're 19, right?
Yeah.
When do you turn 20?
April 9th.
Okay, so it's coming.
Yeah.
So
it was like an early birthday present.
yeah, early birthday presents dieting on chicken and rice and fish.
I'll put a candle in my chicken.
Yeah, there you go. Blow out the candle.
Yeah.
So kids your age, they're not worried about competing and bodybuilding and bikini and having to eat chicken and rice all the time. They're probably out drinking and partying and whatever. So that's got to be difficult having friends at this age. I mean, when I was competing, I was working full time and I was in my mid-20s, so it's like, I didn't really care. But is that hard for your friends? Do they pick on you a lot about it?
It is hard. It is. But most of my
They're like, oh, Alyssa can't have that. She's dieting. Right.
I mean, honestly, throughout the diet, my friends didn't really hang out with me too much. So.
Did they come to the show?
No, my boyfriend did.
Did he? Oh, of course he did. He wanted to see all the butts.
Yeah, there you go.
You said your dad liked it too, right?
Oh yeah, he loved it. He was very interested. He'd never been to one before. They kind of didn't like how long it was. They were there all night, but
yeah, if it's your first bodybuilding show, having to explain to people that this is going to be like a 5-hour event in the morning and then another 5 grueling hours at night. It's a marathon, so it's a lot of people don't understand. I usually told families pick one, morning or night, but don't come to both because it's like 12 hours of bikinis. But so it can be long. But they're supportive.
Yes, very. They never told me not to do it. They just like My mom actually makes all my food for me, so.
I'm jealous. I'm coming over.
Yeah, so she's very.
See, now Italian moms can cook.
Yeah.
She can throw down in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, she's a very good cook. I love her food.
Now, let me ask you a question, because growing up, I was around Italians. Did she ever do the "you gotta eat"? Let me make you a sandwich. Let me make you. Did she ever, or does she understand it?
I think that's my grandma.
Old school Italian. Right?
Yep. She's always like, here's some.
You look
food.
thin. You must eat.
Yeah. Here's salami.
Yeah, let me make you a sandwich. Let me have you some meatballs.
Yep.
That's funny. Now, does your grandma come to the shows? Did she watch?
They did not actually. Another girl that was in my group actually, they're best friends with my grandparents, so they texted my grandparents and was like, your granddaughter's here in the show.
Your grandparents text message?
Yeah, they do. I know.
That's impressive.
I know.
That's pretty good. Like my dad, he's gotten into the texting stuff, but I couldn't imagine my grandparents texting because they're so old though.
No, they don't text me though.
No.
No. I don't even give them my phone probably.
Nice. That's good grandchild you are. Well, hey, listen. Before we cut out of here, let's give some thanks out and some shout outs. Anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to helping you along your journey?
I want to thank Chuck for letting us use USA Gym, my trainer, Matt Cody, and then the whole family for supporting me. So, yeah.
And Grandma for text messaging.
Yeah, that too.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and I'm sure we'll see you soon. Middle Illinois is coming up about 4 months, so I'm sure we'll be starting prep soon. We'll be there covering it, so we'll have to get an interview and see how it goes and kind of go from there. But until then, for Alyssa, this is Eric Borsellino with Body Morph Pros, and we'll see you guys back at the show. Thanks for coming out.